Hi guys, it's Daniela again and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I literally just wanted to play with makeup and chat with you guys. So yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and let's get started. Hi guys, so my hair, I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something. So I'm going to put my hair up because I hate having my hair in my face. And wow, I look crazy. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my eyes because I don't really know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to do something pretty simple or creative. I don't know where I'm going, so I'm going to start off with my eyes first. And for my eye primer, I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Concealer. On top of this concealer, I'm going to use a bit of my e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. I really don't like that concealer alone. It just doesn't look good on its own. I have to mix it. See, that looks so much better already. So, I'm not going to set my eyes. I'm just going to see how this works. So for eyeshadows, I've got two eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to kind of go back and forth with. So I've got the Dream Street palette by Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. And then I've got the Colourpop Sweet Talk palette. So I'm going to go in with this colour first from the Dream Street palette. And I'm just taking this colour into my crease. So let's talk about makeup and like tricks and methods and stuff. Okay, so the whole thing of not setting your primer, your eye primer, I get that when you're doing like super colourful eye looks. But for me, these kind of colours, I struggle to blend over the concealer. And like, it just takes longer and I don't really want to sit here and blend out this crease colour for however long just because I haven't set my primer. I don't know, I just find it's like a waste of time because you do sit there and end up blending for longer. The one thing I do want to say is that obviously a lot of people would probably go in with a darker colour and then with the lighter colours to blend out. But I have seen some people who use this method with like a transition shade. The only colour that's going to be the most vibrant is the transition shade because that's the first colour you're putting on. So that is setting the concealer. So like, it's counterproductive if you're not setting a concealer and not going in with a darker colour. Does that make sense? Or like a brighter colour. I don't know if that makes any sense. But like, in here it does. That colour is such a nice like transition shade. I really like that colour. I like it. I like it a lot. So now I'm going to go in with the colour West Side from the Sweet Talk palette. And just take this on the outer V and then take it into the crease. This colour is very similar to the first colour I used. It's just a bit more warm. So I'm just trying to build up some depth into this look. I'm really stuck on what I actually want to do. Like, I really don't know what I want to do. So I'm going to go in with this colour here from the Dream Street palette. And I'm going to take this into my outer V. And this is just going to warm up the look a little bit more as well. I really like that colour actually. Has anyone recently seen the Desi and Sir John's video together? I really want to do a video where like I follow his exact steps and see like how my makeup looks, because he seems like he's got such like a delicate, like skillful hand. Like, his makeup looks so good. He knows how to do makeup. But I really like Sir John's like vibe, and he seems so like cool and just like chilled, and he does freaking Beyonce's makeup. Like, what? He's so good. He's so talented. And he seems like really humble as well. I just get a really, really cool vibe from Sir John. So now for the lid. I don't know what I want to do. Okay, so I really don't know what I want to do with this look and where I want to take it. So what I'm going to do is go off camera, cut my crease. I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas in Create. I'm going to go off camera, try and gather my thoughts, because I don't really like think about looks before I do them. I just do them. And now I'm kind of screwed because I don't know what I want to do. So I'm going to go off camera, figure out what I want to do, and then come back. Hi guys, so as you can see, I've got both eyes on because I'm a dipshit. So I was going to do one eye on camera, but I just got into the mode of doing makeup and I just forgot. And I don't really like it, so there's that. Yeah, I'm not too fond of this look. I don't know why. Maybe when I have the rest of my makeup on I will be, but right now I'm not loving it. So originally I had put this colour all over my lid, but then I was like, I want a little bit of depth, so I added this colour just on the centre and like going towards the outer V. But then I didn't like it, so I went in with this colour on the outer V and darkened out my whole look with it. I'm not in love with this look. It's not the palette, it's just me. So I'm just going to wipe off like the excess concealer and any fallout. To be honest, I don't really like taking off makeup when I don't like a look. I prefer to fix my mistakes or fix what I don't like. To be honest, with this look, I don't know what I'm going to do to fix it or to make it a look that I like better. But you know what? We're just playing. I am literally playing. I literally came on here to play, so I'm doing that, right? So now for primer, I'm going to use the MUA Wonder Vanishing Cream Primer, which is this one here. It's just like a little putty, and I put it where I have the most pores, which is in this section here. And I rub it in at first and then I tap it in. I'm going to put some in my smile lines and see if that like helps fill my smile lines in, and maybe my foundation won't crease so much in them areas, because Lord help me with my smile lines. I feel like that's something that YouTubers never talk about, is having like smile lines, or like don't talk about foundations going into their smile lines. The only one I've ever heard talk about smile lines is Kathleen Lights, and then that's really it. Like no one actually mentions their foundation going into smile lines. So when my foundation started going into smile lines, I was just like, oh my god, this is just a me problem, this is just my skin. It's actually not. Like everyone, majority of people have smile lines and foundation will go there. So now I'm going in with the Becca eye corrector. And I'm just putting this where I really need it, which is in this section here. And now I'm just blending that out with my fingers. So now for foundation, I'm going to go in with a foundation that I don't really use very often, but like I need to start using because it's hella expensive. I'm going to go in with this foundation here. This is the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation. I don't use this very often because it's so pale, but I'm going to try and use it today and just make it work. Maybe mix it in with a darker foundation. So I'm going to go in with that amount first. Because this foundation is so light for me, I'm going to go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation in O2 Natural, which is way too dark for me. And I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand and go in with that. So I'm literally using the tiniest bit of both foundations because they're very, very full coverage and extremely matte. And I don't really like matte look. See how like full coverage that is? Like I'm covered. That is pretty good actually. So that actually looks really good. Like it doesn't look as matte as I was expecting it to. Like you can still see some of my scarring coming through, but I really don't mind that as much now as I like hated it back in the day. Not bad at all, and that feels really lightweight. Like I feel like I don't have foundation on, and that Marc Jacobs foundation from what I remember can feel quite heavy, but it doesn't today. Maybe because I use like the tiniest bit. So now for concealer, I'm going to use the Flower Beauty concealer with the e.l.f. concealer mixed. I don't like the Flower Beauty concealer on its own. It creases too much and it just doesn't look that nice. But with the e.l.f. concealer, I do prefer it a lot more. And the e.l.f. one's just a tad too light for me, so I like mixing it with this one. I don't have my beauty blender wet, so I'm not going to use my beauty blender today. For my forehead, I'm going in with a smaller brush just to get in between my brows. Now to set my under eye, I'm going to go in with my RCMA No Colour Powder on a dry beauty blender just because it's not wet. And I want to see if it makes a difference with a wet or a dry beauty blender. Because I know how it feels when it's wet and I know how it looks when the beauty blender is wet. So it doesn't look bad with a dry beauty blender, but I can definitely tell a difference. It just looks a little bit more matte. Okay, so the foundation is definitely like dried down matte. Like I literally have no like natural glow about me at all. So I don't really like that, as you guys know if you watch my videos. I like quite a dewy foundation. So now for bronzer, I'm going to use the e.l.f. bronzer in Fiji Matte, which looks like this. So I'm going to use this colour here. I actually really like this colour. I do feel like my bronzer is not sticking onto my base, but I feel like that's because the base is so matte. So now for a bit more bronzer, I'm going to go in with the Milani Baked Bronzer in Dulce, just because I feel like I still look pretty pale. Now for blush, I'm going to go in with the Milani Luminoso blush. I haven't used this in absolute ages. So I'm going to go in with this on my cheeks. And this has like a really nice sheen to it. Now for highlight, I'm going to go in with the Flower Beauty palette. And I'm going to take the highlight and put it on my nose. And then I'll add the tiniest bit on my brow bone. So for brows, I'm just going to use the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper. And I'm literally just going to brush out my brows. I'm not going to put anything else in them. With my brows, I actually like going like that, brushing them up. So then the product goes all throughout my brow. I'm just going to add some highlight to my Cupid's bow. And I'm going to go in with this highlight in my inner corner. I'm just going to connect this to my actual shimmer on my lid. So now to spray my face down and just feel a little bit less powdery, I'm going to go in with the PS Primer Water. Yes, it's a primer water, but it's like a refreshing primer water, so I'm just going to use it now. I used it a lot. Okay, so for lip liner, I'm going to use the Essence Lip Liner in Soft Berry. I'm just going to see how this looks. So now for lipstick, I'm going to go in with What's Your Sign by Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. Now I'm going to actually add a little bit of Soar by MAC. Now for my lower lash line, I'm going to add this one all over and just really smoke it out, I think. This look is like pretty grungy and smoky, but I love a grungy look. I think it looks so good. It's probably like one of my favourite looks on me. It's like a really blown out lower lash line. Now to blend that out, I'm going to go in with this colour here. And I'm just going to like smoke it out even more. I like that look a lot. So now I'm going to go in with a touch of this one on my lower lash line, but the outer part. Just to darken this out a tad bit. Just so it kind of matches this top a little bit. Just a touch of your love is enough to knock me off of my feet, oh, just a touch of your love. Now to just kind of play off my earrings, I really want to go in with this colour in my waterline just to see how it looks. This is the Urban Decay collab with Jean-Michel Basquiat. I think that's how you say it. This is in the colour Post Punk. So for mascara, I'm going to use the PS False Lash Queen mascara. I like how this mascara actually separates my lashes. I don't think it really does a lot to them, but it separates them really nicely. So that's my first layer. So what I'm going to do is do my bottom lashes while this top lash dries. I'm so messy with mascara. I literally get it everywhere. So now I'm using the Revlon Lash Potion mascara just to kind of volumize my lashes a little bit more. Give them a bit more volume rather than separation. Back in the day, this was like my favourite mascara, but the Maybelline Lash Sensational now is top mascara. Still such a good mascara though. Now for my inner corner, just on this side here, I actually want to add a little bit of this colour here and see what that looks like. So before we finish, I want to go in with the Morphe Flower Crown Lip Gloss. So yeah guys, this is the finished look. This is the look that I created by just playing with makeup and chatting. I actually really like the look now that I've completed the rest of my makeup. I like how the shimmer kind of goes into my crease. It makes my eyes look a lot bigger than what they are. I really like this lip combination. So that's one for the vault. So yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what to do, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.